you can't handle the heat.
Booyaka Shaw, welcome back to the episode of If You Can't Handle the Heat. It's your boy G Swizz. To my left got Joey. Jokesy, how we doing, brother?
I'm doing wonderful.
Good man, good man. And all the way in the southernmost part of Europe, the man coming off of a huge Champions League win, defeating Lube in the golden set. In Lube, may I add. Now in the semifinals of the Champions League, top 4 teams of the world. Let's go. The Micah Ma. Micah, how we doing, brother?
Doing great. A little bit tired, long travel day, and these clowns weren't answering me, but
That's
we got it together.
That's true. That's true for the
Now
fans.
Micah knows. We didn't purposely do this, but now Micah knows what it is. Sometimes calling him. It's like,
Hey, anytime I see a call, I pick up.
That's a good point.
We
Micah,
didn't
and
see
he
the
does call me
calls.
back.
We
He also
actually
does
didn't
call
see
me back.
anything.
That's on me. That's on me. That's on me.
I don't get notifications.
Hey,
of
but
missed
hey,
calls.
all in a day's work, you won. We're gonna get more into that win next week because we want to focus this week's episode on Haikyuu. And before I get into Haikyuu here, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, allvolleyball.com, the number one volleyball retailer. Whether you're a first year, like Hinata, or the ace, everyone can use a little volleyball, more volleyball in their life, and that's where all volleyball comes in. It has everything. When it's knee pads, they have knee pads. When you need shoes, they got shoes. You're a coach, you need a whistle, they got a whistle. If you're a club director, you want jerseys, they got jerseys. Customizable, may I add. They got all the top volleyball products all in one site. All volleyball. Hit the link in the bio. And guess what? We're literally going to pay you to go to allvolleyball.com. 20% off. Use the promo code HEAT. HEAT, all capitals, HEAT, for 20% off of all volleyball. Let's get into it. So for those new fans out there, maybe you are coming to this podcast for the first time. My name is Gage Worsley. I'm a professional volleyball player in the Bundesliga. To my left here, Joe, introduce yourself.
Joe Worsley, professional volleyball player in the Bundesliga.
And then Micah Ma, all the way in Turkey. Micah, please introduce yourself.
Micah Ma, professional volleyball in Turkey.
Good man. So,
In the Eferle League.
so we are all
Bundesliga.
So we were all former NCAA athletes, Division I athletes, and now we're professional volleyball players. And our fan base here at Out of System, everyone's always talking about Haikyuu, and they're like, "Oh!" Or I do a dive, right? We post it on TikTok, and I get "Rolling Thunder" in the comment section, and I'm like, "All right, I gotta."
That is a good
I
name
wa-
for when you dive.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And for me, I had watched the first 2 seasons when they first come out, all the way in high school. That was like 8 years ago. So like I kind of remember, but then I kind of forgot everything for the most part. So there we are. We're like, we should do something Haikyuu related. And we see a lot of people react to Haikyuu, or you see like a lot of really cool stuff like Haikyuu in real life or something like that. The McKibben brothers did that, among others. And then so we were like, what if we did what if we actually watch it and give it our honest review of Haikyuu? And the good thing is all 3 of us have different backgrounds. Micah, a lot more into anime than me and Joe. Joe never watched a single anime in his life. This is his first anime ever. Me, I'm kind of on the fence. I've watched Naruto, all not 10 seasons of it, and I'm in the middle of Naruto Shippuden at the moment, getting back into it. So we all kind of have different backgrounds and different thoughts on this. And Haikyuu is, for those of you who don't know, it's like I said, it was originally a manga and it was an anime. It's considered the best sports anime to ever have been created. So we had a lot of high hopes for it, and I just want to kind of go around the 3 of us here. I'm gonna start with Joe here to my left here. I want an honest review. What you like, what you didn't like, and then out of 5 stars or out of 5, what would you rate it? But I'll leave the floor to you, Joey.
Okay, well, I'm going to lead off by saying this. Gage pointed out, it's my first anime ever. I'm not a big anime guy. My favorite anime probably is Lion King, so...
Joe, you're gonna rob people up if you keep talking like that. You're gonna rob people up. You're gonna fire some people up, bro. Yeah, my favorite anime probably Jungle Book. Super sick.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I know there's better animes than Lion King. No, I'm kidding. I know Lion King.
First of all,
I know Lion King's not an anime.
Mufasa is the best manga character ever created.
I know. I'm not a big anime guy. Just the whole context behind it. I'll be honest. Watching this, gave it a shot. Not a huge fan of it still. There's a reason I don't like the anime. Because I'm not a huge fan. They over-dramatize everything. Everything's so over-dramatized. Every single scene in this show it could have been done in, like, I think 30 seconds. And it's like a whole episode.
Joe's not about that drama.
Not this type of drama. You know, people people comment.
What types of drama are you into?
Like real life, like
Kardashians?
stories. Not like, no, these are like real life stuff, but I'm saying they over dramatize it.
Got it.
Everything's like, it's a whole episode over if this guy can hit because he got blocked one time in a match, and now all of a sudden he can't go play anymore because he got blocked in a match one time, and this guy's career's over. I'm like, what? Like the situation's happening, or this guy, like, you know, these players like can't believe that they can hit the ball over the net, and so it's just all these like ridiculous situations, and I was just not a huge fan over how much it all gets dragged out.
Can I be your anger translator here?
Okay.
Joe hated the show. I mean, hated Haikyuu. Because, one, I think that anime style isn't your style to begin with.
It's not at all.
Right? So, and two, and everyone's open to their opinions, you know? Whatever. And two, there were like a couple times where you fell asleep, so we had to like rewatch it.
The first 3 times you tried watching, I fell asleep every single time.
100%. No, and I get that, and I don't think anime is for Joe, and because I think and I kind of realize this because we have we've been around the sport so much, and we have a higher understanding of the sport. We notice the over dramatized portions of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, you say, like, if I were to go watch Blue Lock, which is a soccer one, maybe I wouldn't know as much. It would be like, oh, this or that, rather than like all of this stuff. And I won't go more into depth about that. I have my personal notes about it. Do you have anything else to say about it?
In terms of a star rating, I mean, am I star rating this compared to other animes, or just
anything?
My entertainment.
Entertainment.
Yeah, probably like 1.5. And the 0.5 is just because it's volleyball.
And what's the 1 for? Why isn't it a 0.5 out of 5?
Yeah.
because you can, like, it's obviously like well put together. It's like highly rated. I'm gonna guess like in the
no, you can't.
In the anime world, it's pretty well respected. So
it gets 1 for that.
Yeah.
One cloud. The cloud. One for the cloud.
It's
one for the cloud. 0.5 for the volleyball, and 0 for
I will
other.
say, you know, I give Hinata and Kageyama big shout outs in practice now.
That's true.
The Rolling Thunder. And the Rolling Thunder.
No, that's in the show yet. Wait, I have their names pulled up because I really want to make sure we nail these names here.
Kageyama's kind of an asshole, though.
I shouldn't. I mean, that's common. Cocky said it. I mean, how often do you see that?
Not that cocky.
I don't know, man.
This guy literally say they'll win the entire match by themselves.
You don't think setters have felt that before?
By themselves? No.
No.
Maybe they say, like, I'm doing a lot of things, but there's not a guy that'll tell you.
It's impossible for us to feel that way.
Who? All right, that's a good point, actually. Who do you think is usually the most egocentric?
The ace.
Yeah.
No. The most egocentric position usually.
The ace.
The guy who gets set the most balls, maybe.
Yeah.
Which is usually what position?
Opposite or outside.
Good point. Libero's usually the bottom of the totem pole. So.
Yeah.
I get you. So. Anything? So you did name a few good things about that show. Thank you, Joe. Way to keep an open mind. Will you? So we watched the first 10 episodes.
You told me I only had to watch. 10
So we were originally gonna watch first season, and then Joe was just like, it was brutal. So we're like, all right, let's just watch the first 10 episodes here.
I'll be present in the room when you watch the other ones, and I'll like.
You got. Well, if people want us to keep,
if I'm trying to fall asleep, maybe I'll come in.
Yeah,
I'm trying to go take a nap.
Yeah, it took us for 10 episodes, 22 minutes each. It took us about 3 days to watch it. So, I mean, not terrible. Not.
A live reaction video would just be me falling asleep.
Yeah. So fun. That's good, Jed. That's really good.
That would
All right,
be
Micah.
sweet.
Micah, let's hear your opinion on everything.
So I got 8 episodes in because I didn't have internet. I was in Italy, but I really liked it.
And have you seen it before?
No, I'd never seen it. But I don't know. I think it shined light on a lot of things that like make sense, and like the different roles on a team, and like the interpersonal dynamics and the jobs of the different people and all that kind of stuff. Like,
right.
It's a very nice way to introduce people that have never been a part of volleyball or that haven't like played it at a high level to the sport, and bring people in, and like so that if they were to go to a match, they would like have some context and kind of have a better understanding and maybe like find a little bit more joy in watching the sport because they can relate it to things outside of the sport that they watched. So I think it's really good for the sport, and obviously it's shown to be really good for the sport. Like, it's helped the Japanese volleyball grow a lot, and just volleyball in general. I know it like blew up. We're a little late to the party for sure.
Like
I know
8 years.
everyone was reacting to it like a long time ago, but I think it did a really good job for volleyball, and I like anime. I don't watch it as much as I would want to, but I like it. I think the Japanese are really good at storytelling. And so, yeah. Out of 5, let's say like a 4. I've watched
4,
better
how come?
animes, but I don't know. I try, like, whenever I'm rating anything, I'll probably not give it like a 10 out of 10 because then where do you go from there, you know? So I'm that kind of guy.
Right.
So like my highest would be like a 4.8, so that if something amazing comes out, I can say, okay, that's 5. But like Game of Thrones, like there's other shows that where I was like, I was more bought in for sure.
Yeah.
Like this show I wasn't that bought in because it's at the end of the day it's a little more like childish than other shows that can get you like where you're like really bought in. But it was solid, and it was about volleyball, and I liked it, and I thought that it's good for the community, for people just to understand the different roles and like all this kind of like what's really going on in the game, whether it's over dramatized. What is the word?
Dramatized. Over dramatized.
Over dramatized or not? I think that. No.
The other thing is the amount of thinking that goes on with the players between one action, like the reception of the setter sitting there talking for like 5 minutes in the show. About
Stoppage of play is pretty crazy, I will say. Like the stoppage of play, like you make one error and then like all of a sudden you got people coming from off the court
outside in the hallway, walking in, talking to you
Or-
like
about
your mindset.
It's like one game in Haikyuu universe is like game of 25 is like an hour and a half at least. You know, I mean, yeah, for sure. I get what you're saying. And then, Micah, do you see yourself continue watching it or no?
Yeah, maybe I'll watch the rest of the season.
Gotcha.
Maybe I'll watch the rest of the
Gotcha.
season.
Yeah, for me, I think so. Like I said, we all watched pretty much the first 10 episodes. And I know it goes 12 by 12, so we got about 14 more to go here. And at the end here, I want to kind of take a quiz about the first 10 episodes. I found a quiz for us to kind of test our Haikyuu knowledge as well as our fans out there who are listening.
Also, before you do that, I want to shout out to Lindsay Ruddins, one of our friends. She gives us autograph cards. People, you should send us stuff that we can throw in the back of our podcast, you know, especially heading into the summer.
Like-
Autograph signed cards personalized to us. So,
Like, get Joe a Haikyuu jersey.
yeah. Ooh. I will wear.
It's a good one.
Size small. That would be funny. That would be pretty funny.
Get Joe a Kageyama jersey. Hashtag get Joe a Kageyama jersey.
Do they have it?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a guy who showed up to our camp in a full a jersey and shorts
He
one
had a
time.
full uniform
This
set.
German kid, little German boy. And he showed up in all. And Joe just kept yelling, Haikyuu! Haikyuu! The whole camp.
Haikyuu, get over here. Kept yelling at him.
We should look at the names and just call him like, Toby Rama, get over here. Just, I don't know, like, just call him
Kageyama.
Kageyama, get over here.
Hinata, get over here.
He would have loved that. Oh man, he would have been like so engaged. He was engaged already. He was bought in from
He
the
had a
get-go.
full uniform set.
Yeah.
A complete set.
And he would change
You're
in
not
and
gonna
out of
have
it.
any issues with that guy.
He would change in and out of it. He would
No.
He would be like lunchtime. You get an hour break, go get lunch. You change out of it, and then change right back in it when it's game volleyball.
No
Yeah.
way.
Every single session.
He was a game
What a
time player.
legend.
Dude is
Are you serious?
Dude, he is locked in from the get go. He's one of our ball boys for Lunenburg. I see sometimes. But he's awesome. I gotta be like, hey man, you gotta wear your Haikyuu jersey
Wow.
when you're ball boying, man. But I had written out a couple stuff here, but things I enjoyed / realistic and that's relatable, and a list that's things that shocked me, and made me kind of laugh in a way. So I'm kind of right in the middle of where Joe and Mike are. Micah really enjoyed it. Joe did not enjoy it at all. shown by the
Laughed
ratings.
a little bit at
Laughed
it.
a little bit about how ridiculous it was.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm going for. So for me, a couple of you guys already touched on it. Mike, you just touched on this. One, I appreciate that it bring more people to the sport. Like you see a lot of our stories, like I said, a lot of our comment section is Haikyuu stuff, and they said our high school got way more players because as soon as that show came out, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I didn't realize how popular it was until I started reading about it, and it's the biggest sports anime of all time, and it bring a lot of people to the sport. So one, I appreciate that.
Imagine though, you walk in and that's what you watching the show is what you expect, like on a volleyball team.
I'm sure that's how it was though.
The Rolling Thunder. The guy comes in to tryouts.
Dude, yeah, they're like,
I don't know. The Japanese volleyball is pretty insane.
yeah,
Crazy.
Like if you were to come and watch, you'd be like, all right, this isn't that far off. Watching
Yeah, that's a
Nishida
good
just
point.
fly.
yeah, that's a good point. But for us Americans, there's no way we can implement that into our youth system. No chance we're even close to that. Different style. That's a big thing too. Number 2, as Micah said, educates people, breaks down skills and positions really, really well. And that way, like for example, new players or people who understand who have no idea about volleyball are now have a basic understanding of it, so that they get more bought into the sport. Give different perspective, right? They give when Hinata first comes in, it's a loser's point of view, something that since a young age we've been lucky to been successful. So we have more of Toby's, Kageyama's kind of viewpoint of being, usually one of the top dogs, but you see from the other side of it, like, it inspires maybe new players, like who are not, which is most of the sport, right? Not everyone's gonna be elite, so it's most of the players kind of get Hinata's story brung up from his viewpoint and how he's aspiring to be the little giant, and that's cool.
I agree with
And-
that. It was
yeah.
It was like inspiring in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like to have a character like that.
And you need that. And you need that to inspire
Totally.
players. Yeah. So that was I really appreciate that. I said egotistic players or control freaks trying to in learning to kind of trust a team. That is a volleyball sport. So that's super, super important when it comes to 6-man indoor volleyball. Nishinoya. Yeah, Nishinoya, the libero, fighting their hitter, to yell at him to keep swinging as a libero. Personally, I know it can be very frustrating when I'm my front row, especially our ace attacker, not going after it, losing confidence, not swinging when we need to. So he got in people's faces, snapped a broom, and then yells him in the hallway, pushes over the vice principal's vase and himself, and gets himself suspended. Maybe I wouldn't do all that, but I appreciate that he got in his face, and he had some representative and some fire for the libero position. I actually really appreciate the comedy and the goofiness of it, and the crazy outbursts that I remember a number of times where I would just look at Joe and just start to laugh. Like Joe would be like, "This is ridiculous," laughing in a ridiculous way. And obviously I would too, but it was so funny. Like the characters, Tanaka is my favorite.
Amazing. He's amazing.
He's like
hilarious.
He's awesome. Oh man, his reactions
so
like mad.
funny. Yeah.
I die laughing.
The sound effects in anime are totally different. From
I think
any
that
other
anime
sound
is just not
effects.
Joe's style, and I think that this is probably his favorite anime because it is volleyball. That's the only thing keeping him there. That's the 1.0 of his 1.5 scale. You know what I'm saying?
That's the 0.5.
That's the point.
Oh, my bad. So yeah, good point. So, but yeah, and then my favorite part was Nishinoya. Why are you here? When was Kageyama talks to Nishinoya, the libero. He's like, "Why are you here? You came from an elite school."
Oh,
He's
yeah.
It's super dramatic. He's like, "I must say, the females, I'm obsessed in the dresses." Dude, the anime, the Japanese guys always, they always sexualize the girls too. The manager,
true.
they give her,
That
huge.
is super true.
Make it tight. Oh my God, this guy's like, oh, when they see a girl walking by or something. Oh, he's like, I could not resist. So that stuff like that. And then occasionally, Hinata and Coach Yukai, or sorry if I pronounced the coach wrong. They're funny as well. It gives us a better understanding of Japanese volleyball, high school volleyball. You see a lot of cool YouTube videos floating around, or videos floating around about U12 Japanese players in high school, and they have these crazy fan bases and these crazy games and these huge gyms. With sometimes there's there's games going on next to each other in these huge cheer sections, this huge gym, and I have no understanding. Now I understand prefectures and all this other stuff, and kind of have an understanding of how it works to go to nationals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the last but not least, learn words. I never used have you guys ever used the word ace before, or genius? When I thought of genius, I thought intellect. Never did I think, oh, he's a genius at volleyball. He's like a really, really good player. You know what I'm saying? Like when I think genius, I think it's all like mind or like
You're
ace. Have you guys ever
learning
used that before?
English words from anime.
I've never used that in that context. I've never said, "Hey, he's my ace player."
It's also they
I'm
do
the
say
ace
ace,
spiker.
but also a lot of
I've never-
it's a lot of just direct translation. So like it's the same thing like in German. They like call the direct translation. Sometimes you like
Right.
the word we'd not use in that.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
But
have
also,
you guys,
I've used the word genius for like a genius at different things other than just being intellectual.
I'm not saying wrong. I've never used that before. So those are the stuff I really enjoyed. Some of the stuff I really enjoyed. Here's the thing that kind of shocked me, made me laugh about Haikyuu. And like I said, maybe we have a good understanding of volleyball, so we realize that kind of the just like out of pocket or just like stuff that just make no sense. So we have kind of an understanding of volleyball. As Joe stated, it's very over the top at times. Like first loss, Hanata's crying at his opponent's like feet at Kageyama in the beginning. You're just like, what the heck? Like, they played like one game and they go in there with like guys who had never played before, and he's like crying. He's like, I will defeat you, like to his face. And you're just like, what is going on, kind of. So that kind of threw me off guard. And then as Joe said, their ace, he gets blocked and he gets blocked one game and then he just quits for the rest. He's like, I can't do it anymore. And I've never really heard anything like that. I don't think it's realistic. I mean, you occasionally hear about stuff like that, but never like a level-headed person like himself. And they
That's
make
like what's his name, the kicker for the Bears a couple of years ago. That'd be like him, like I'm done.
yeah, like missing it. Finicky or something? I forget his name.
Parkey.
Parkey, Parkey misses
It's
a
like
big field goal.
That's like Ace Ventura, that one kicker in his whole life. The rest of his life.
Yeah. He's just
out.
and then he's just like spiral. Yeah, and that's not realistic. I think athletes are good at shaking things off, especially when they're the best player on your team. Like I said, they make stuff really over dramatic. Like every time they mess up a set, Kagami Hinata, they're like 5 minutes of dialogue. Like I must set you. Like what I'm saying, this will be the time. Like and then they make the same error, and the same dialogue happens again. You're like, oh, like come on. And like I said, I watched Naruto, and that sometimes like in fighting scenes, it would be like a lot of stalling. And sometimes, but the fight scenes are amazing, and like the action is amazing in these animes. But it's just kind of the in between that kind of get to me. An error is the death of them when they make an error. Like it's the death of them. And they get freaked out / impressed over basic stuff. Like when the backup setter, let me get his name. I have a list right here to make sure I have the names here. Koshi is his last name. Yeah, Sugawara. Sugawara, he did like a one ball. Like it was when they when Coach Yukai he bring in the town team, the older guys, and they played him. And he's like, oh, so that is Sugawara's quick set. Oh my god, like a normal one ball. You know what I'm saying? Like or a 50, you guys call here, overseas. So like that stuff was like pretty generic in the volleyball world. That was like that they're going crazy about. Also, a 5'3" middle Hinata. I looked at it. He's 5'3".
That's how tall that is?
That's how tall, yeah. Because I was like, there's no way. I was like, because Libero's 5'2", and then he's 5'3". And then I was like, you have a 5'3" guy, and I'm like, okay, he has his waist above the net. I'm like, he has to at least have a 55 to 60 inch vertical, minimum. And he has to be, and I'm like, I was trying to imagine how he would block, let alone hit, let alone block.
More than that. I think more than 55 to 60.
You have to be have a 60, 70 inch vertical. You know what I'm saying? Like he would have to be to block in order to block a basic ball. He would have to be in the air before the set is made in the middle attack every time, every single time, and then land and try to shoot the outside.
Into this guy.
5'3". Could he walk under the net? If you're 5'3", can you walk under the net?
That's a good question. How tall is the
on a men's
bottom of the
net? You're close to walking under the net.
5'3", you're close.
You're close.
That's damn near throwing Frodo Baggins in the middle and trying him to go block someone like a hobbit.
That is
like
small,
literally,
dude. I did not
like that is
realize
so
it's that
small.
Small. That's tiny.
And then you also have him closing his eyes and swinging as well, which is cool. As it's from the setter's viewpoint, do you think of a guy? I'm gonna do this every single swing, close my eyes and swing at this same opportunity every single time. Do you think you could do as a setter?
No.
One ball?
Not in a game.
Well, he was not just hitting one ball. Okay, let's start with the one ball, and then he starts.
A one ball? I think
and
you
threes.
could get it. You could get it down.
Okay.
Every single time?
No.
That's what Gage said.
Oh, Gage, you say every single time? No, I can't.
That's
even
what they
set
start
a normal
doing.
one ball every single time.
He's just going the same arm straight. Yeah. So that was a
No,
little.
I was thinking if we could complete one.
Yeah, if you could complete one for sure.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying.
Well, maybe you guys started.
I think we could get one.
Maybe it's because you guys aren't having those dialogues, those 5-minute dialogues after every era with your attackers.
That's true.
And then also, like, I think this is like the 9th or 10th episode. Like, they just have, they're like, Kageyama says to Hinata, he's like, I just want you to run and I want you to decoy. And so he has this guy like sprinting up and down the net. And then he finally finds him like last hit. Like he goes to one antenna for the other antenna and then back or something. And then he goes to try and find him. And then he shoots it, closes his eyes, and swings. As a setter, what would it be like to set someone like that?
Well, they would just take out everybody else. They would be in everybody else's way. If they're running pin to pin while I'm trying to set the ball, that would be a little bit distracting, I think.
For the other hitter, imagine the other hitter.
I mean, the other team would be really distracted too.
Here it goes.
Yeah,
that'd be
difficult.
I don't think it would be like as effective as you'd think.
Yeah.
Because they'd be so tired.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, he's max blocking. Don't forget about that. He's max jumping every single block to just get his like fingertips above the net. Like,
yeah, that's why I like this guy.
Yeah,
I love this
spirit. This dude's got
incredible shape.
It's true.
And then also, Hinata also wants to be the ace. Do you guys think a middle blocker can be your ace?
No.
And be successful and make it to nationals.
If your middle blocker, you rely, he's out of the game 3 rotations. If he's if you rely on him to win games, it's gonna be difficult if you get stuck when he's not on the court.
So maybe we have to keep watching, see if Hinata becomes ace or not. You know?
Yeah,
we have to find out.
I think he can do it.
I think he can do it.
He's got the mindset, man.
If this video
he's got the character.
5,000 likes. I'll watch the entire season in one day.
Oh my God, no way.
In one day?
5,000
Okay,
likes.
how long do they have to get 5,000
likes? And will you just
likes?
Twitch stream
The day it does.
your reaction? Will you Twitch
day it
stream
does.
your reaction to watching?
You mean his sleeping?
All of it? Just go live?
Yeah, I'll stream it. Yeah, TikTok.
Right.
And I'll have those things that keep my eyes open.
Joe sleeps with his eyes. All right, last one here. Yeah, just a lot of thinking. Like, the dudes are having, like, lifelong flashbacks before they swing and, like, in between each play. But that's also just, like, in their heads.
Yeah,
I kind of mentioned that already. But that at the end of the day, I really do appreciate Haikyuu. I know I kind of had a lot of notes about what kind of shocked me about the show. But I also had a lot of notes about things I enjoyed. So, as you can see, I'm kind of on the fence of each. And we've only watched the first 10 episodes. And I kind of vividly remember the first 2 seasons. Vividly. And I know it gets better and better and better.
Oh, I think you're using the word vividly wrong. There.
Vaguely, my bad. The other V word. Vaguely.
Yeah, the only other one.
And the only other V word.
There's 2 of them. I know it's one of the 2.
Ferociously have watched this vicariously. But no, so what would I rate it? The first, I'd give it a 3.8 out of 5 right now. Because I know it gets better and better, and I'll get more into it.
How do you know that?
Because I watched first
Because he vicariously remembers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if...
Viciously remembers.
Yeah. We'll see how... Well, I kind of vaguely remember it. So 3.8 out of 5. I know it'll get... I believe it'll get better, too, like I said. And I'm sure the action, everything will get better. And I love my boy Tanaka. So, yeah, 3.8 out of 5. And those are the first 10 episodes. I'm going to give it more of a chance. I'll keep watching it. Tanaka is the shaven head guy.
Oh,
The second year. I would say pin attacker.
I do love him too, man.
Tui.
He's
my
my
favorite
Tui?
character. That's
He's
basically Tui,
amazing,
exactly.
man. He's amazing.
The cookie man on the outside.
Alrighty. So, as I had promised here, I said we do a Haikyuu quiz. I want everyone to kind of comment below. Go along as you do this. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell us if we're right or wrong until after.
Tell us below how you did. Try to answer before it says the answer, and tell us how you did.
So what's gonna happen here? So it's a 23-question quiz, and I made sure, like, I went through vaguely. I went through about, like,
Whatever. I
whatever.
don't think either of those words really work.
Yeah.
I kind of. I didn't, like, look at it too much, but I was like,
You
okay,
briefly.
okay. Briefly, thank you. I briefly went through it, but I didn't, like, cheat or anything like that.
Skimmed it.
Yeah, thank you. And the first 12 or 13 questions are 10 episodes and above, so it's perfect. But then after that, it doesn't work. But it doesn't show us our wrong answers till after. So we'll go through them after. But let's get into it, guys. Okay. It gives us options here, so that's going to help us a lot. First question. First of all, what does Haikyuu even mean? 1, haiku, but Japanese style. 2, it's short for high cuties. 3, isn't it just volleyball? Or 4, high jumper. What are we going with, boys? I'm saying high jumper.
Me too.
High jumper.
I think it's high jumper, if I'm going to guess.
We're going high jumper. All right. Question number 2. All right. What was the name of the middle school volleyball team Hinata formed? Itachiyama, Amaru, Amamaru, Yoki Gaku.
Come on now, bud. Hang in there. We've got to hear the name.
Chidori. I think it's this one. Chidoriyama. I think it's Chidoriyama. I'm going with that one. I think we should go with that one.
It's either that one or Amamaru.
Oh, crap. Joe, what do you think?
That's not good. That's not good.
Okay, Joe, you're the deciding factor.
Yeah, Joe, choose between
The
those
A1 or
two.
the C1, man.
I actually think Gage looked very confident, so I'm going with what Gage was thinking.
Okay.
Alrighty. Question number 3. What are the names of Hinata's best friends from middle school who played with him against Kageyama's team?
Oh, man, I don't remember those guys.
Oh, God. I remember these guys and these. I'm going to butcher their names. I'm sorry. Joe just looking at me. I know. Joe just looking. Sekimukai Koji and Izumi Yukitaka. Joe, don't laugh, man. 2. Morao Kota and Izumo Yuki. 3. Hyogu Junpai.
Dude.
I'm sorry,
to see
dude.
what these actually say
And
and how he's pronouncing these.
we'll put them on the screen here. Inanasi Haruka. 4. Oh, no. Makunuchi Ippo and Daku Mamoru. Mamoru. I remember Mamoru. I swear to God, I remember Mamoru. The last
That's what I said, Amamaru, for the last one. I don't think that's his friend, though. Also, I have no idea what you just said. It's not that hard to read Japanese.
But Joe's laughing at me. Joe's
Yeah,
laughing at me.
you've been having some hard times with all of it.
My bad, guys. Seki Muka.
Bro.
I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad. I'm going to go with one of these.
What?
I don't even know
I
what the
remember
choices
a
are.
single one.
I don't even know what the choices are.
Go with option B. Option B.
Yuki. All right.
Option
Izumo
B.
Yuki. Question 3. Why is Kageyama known as the king of the court? Because his family is very rich, because of his overbearing, bossy behavior, because he's brilliant at volleyball, because he rules at the king's game.
B.
Overbearing, bossy. Yep.
Over.
Question 4. Why does Kageyama pick Karusano as his high school? It's closer to home. Rumor about Coach Yukai. It's rumor about Coach Yukai. No,
Yeah.
senior. Yep.
Is
Question
that the one about the girls?
No,
uniforms?
that's the libero. That's libero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which second-year assistants Hinata and Kageyama side in 3-on-3 match against Tsushi Shima and Yamaguchi? Tanaka. Question 6. Which one of these volleyball has not quit the Karasuno Boys volleyball team at some point? Chikara, or Inoshita Chikara, Narita Kazuhito. Damn it. Shut up. Azumani Asahi, Samu. Joe's making me laugh so hard. You read it then.
Okay. Give me it.
Bottom right.
Sawamura Daichi.
That was good.
Enoshita Chikara, Narita Kazuhito, Azumane Asahi, or Sawamura
Asahi for
Daichi.
sure quit.
Was he the ace?
Yeah.
Okay.
Daichi, I think. I don't know anything.
I think
Let me see it.
let's say Daichi quit too. What were the other two?
Daichi, and then Asahi,
We said he quit.
Kazuhito, and Chikara are the other ones.
I have
Dude,
no
I
idea.
don't know.
Let's go with
Don't even
Chikara.
Chikara?
Sure.
Chikara. We're going Chikara.
Yeah, I don't
Question 7. What is the name of the club advisor for the boys volleyball team at Karasuno? Joe, you read these. So I've been butchering it. What do we got?
I lost.
Question 7.
I know, but it's
Click on it. Oh, let me see it. Sorry. Side menu just opened. Here we are. Question 7. Read the answers here.
question 7. Takeda Itetsu, Ukai Keishin, Kai Nobuhiko, Takanu Ike.
I know Yukai was
Ike.
Ike. Yeah, Yukai was the other coach. He's the junior.
Question 8. What year in class is Tsukishima K in?
Does it have a picture?
Yeah, a little
Okay.
blonde with
Oh,
hair.
first year.
Oh, first year.
First year. Which class?
He was like class
What?
2. Is it class 2?
So it's year 1 for sure. But the options are class 3, 4, or 5.
What does that mean?
I think
Class
4.
3, 4, or 5.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I think it has to do with like.
Skill
I
level.
think yeah. I think 4.
I think
it's
4 too. I think 4 too. Man.
Because it really messed me up when they first said something like that. I was like, wait, isn't he first year or something like that?
What jersey number does Hinata wear to Aoba Josai practice match?
5.
5.
Figure 5.
Okay. Question 10. How does the club's advisor convince Ukai Keishin to agree to be the volleyball
With
team's
the match.
coach?
The match against the
Blackmail,
the
being
Cats.
stubborn, want to bet
Yep.
with him, or Nikoba in being stubborn?
Nikoba.
Nikoba. What's it called? The crow and cat dumpster fight?
Mm-hmm.
What is the nickname of Hinata's idol who wore the same
Little
10
Giant.
jersey as him?
Little Giant.
Mm-hmm.
Little Giant. Good. Question 12. Who is the ghost that Hinata thought he saw during the training camp with
These are
Nikola?
after us?
These are after us.
Okay, so just
So, Joe, go to the bottom there. Here, I'll do it. All right, let's see how many we got right here. Obviously, it's going to give us the ones we didn't fill in wrong. Yeah, let me do submit. Wait, where's submit? Sorry. Give us a second here. Submit your answers. 33%. You answered 7 out of 21 questions correctly. And we answered how many questions? 10?
10. Let's go.
These are the ones we missed. That's not bad. 70%.
That's passing.
That's
That's
passing. C's get degrees, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Results.
big time.
Answers. We got high jumper incorrect.
I freaking knew it. You know why I was thinking that? Because it's one word, and high jumper is 2 words. So maybe, maybe
Yeah, but
we were wrong
maybe
about
stick
that.
out.
Like, you wouldn't normally have, I mean, maybe you would, but you wouldn't have a word to represent, like, a word and an adjective describing that word.
We got the name wrong. I think it was Amamaru. You were right, Micah. We should have
I
gone Micah.
knew
He
it.
knows better than you.
You should have just
It doesn't
followed
say.
me. I was on fire.
That's true, bro. And then we got
Amamaru.
question 3 wrong as well. Well, that's Yuki.
So he's
that was
missed the first 3
that was due to
questions.
my terrible pronunciation. I apologize for that. And then we also got question 6 wrong. Which one of these people has not quit the Kursanu volleyball team at some point? And we Chikara, but we're not gonna get that.
Yeah, that was really tough too.
And then we also got this one wrong. Wait, what? What's the name of the club advisor for the boys volleyball team at Carsano? EK. We got that
Yeah,
wrong,
that's what
too.
I put.
No, that's incorrect.
Oh,
It didn't say it was
what?
correct though. It's weird. This is a weird quiz, man.
Maybe they meant Ukai.
Could have. Because we went to 12 questions. So what we get? We got 7 out of 12.
So we were not passing.
We did not pass. We failed.
But we got more
But
than
that's
50%.
But yes, hey, there we go. Look at that, an optimist right there. That's an optimist right there. But yeah, so let us know what you guys' score was below. Again, I apologize, and maybe I'll just leave the quiz for you guys below.
You guys should send us some quiz questions.
Yeah, send us a quiz question for the first 10 episodes. We'll see
Yeah,
if we
Joe
watch
will
the next.
answer them.
Yeah, Joe's got them. Joe's
Should-
gonna live stream and answer.
You should DM Gage the questions, and he'll ask me the next time.
Oh, that'll be good.
In the live
Um,
stream.
Damn it! If
After the 5,000
I think
likes
next
on
time we
this
do a quiz
podcast.
though, Micah, you have to have the quiz I think you
Yeah, I could
pronounced
read
them
it.
way better than I. That was horrendous on my part. I apologize.
I nailed the
Joe did well.
No,
Joe did
Joe
way
did.
better than I did.
Joe did just fine. I don't know if I could outperform Joe.
But
Definitely
those
could
are-
outperform you though.
Yeah, that set the bar low, baby. But those are our heater questions of the week. Remember, HEAT, all capitals, for allvolleyball.com, 20%. We're literally giving you money. We're literally giving you money to get better at volleyball. What more could you ask for? For anything you need, your volleyball retailer friends, allvolleyball.com, have. Now, gentlemen, it was a pleasure with you talking about Haikyuu. Again, we'll get into more of Micah's Champions League next week because that is a big freaking deal. Huge freaking deal. Again, let's get a quick round of applause for Micah. Like, give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause. You deserve that, man. You deserve that. It is late in Turkey. It's getting late here in Germany. Just remember, guys, if you can't handle the heat, goddamn kitchen. This has been another episode presented by allvolleyball.com.